Wagwan everybody, Lennox here from Simple123 Trader. Just gonna give you a weekly forecast for the major pairs in the Forex market for the week of July 12th. Just a quick background bio on myself. I've been trading the financial markets since the 90s and primarily playing the options market and stocks. I met Peter Bain, co-founder of ForexMentor.com, and his partner Vic Young in 2016, and was introduced to the Forex market for the first time. And we formed the Simple 123 Trader group to take advantage of my system of finding 1, 2, 3 bottoms and tops in the markets to predict future price movement. So, based on that, we've garnered together a great team and membership to the Simple 123 Trader group, and each week I put out videos for the weekly forecast on Sundays with an outlook of what the major pairs are looking like, and then each day break down what's setting up in the markets for primarily for the London Open session. So taking a look at what I'm seeing setting up for this week, I see lots of strength right now in the base pairs against the US dollar. So looking at essentially a weak US dollar. So if I take a look at the US dollar index, this is on the monthly time frame, and here's resistance at this point, and we've hit that resistance area and are now dropping dramatically to the downside. So the expected move would be to at least the first support, second support, and then right down to this level as a possibility. In the most likely scenario, we would get at least a 50% retrace of this current move. So that should take us somewhere in this area here. Okay, so that's on the monthly time frame. That's a long way to look at it. On the weekly time frame, again, similar type of setup. We're pushing down and looking to continue down again, perhaps into this support area at this level. And on the daily time frame, again, looking at moves now that should take us at least back to this support area in the short term. Okay, so what we're looking for as members in this is primarily to play the major US dollar pairs, and any of the base currencies, Aussie, Euro, GBP, New Zealand, would be looking for bottoms to move to the upside, because the US dollar is sliding to the downside right now. Okay, so a weak US dollar, especially Euro US, would be the play to the upside, since we're heading in a downward trajectory right now. Yes, we might get a small little move back up tonight, but other than that, I believe that this should continue to the downside. Okay, so that's the US dollar index. A quick look at the Aussie US dollar, and from the daily time frame, Aussie right now is in a lull state, in a neutral state. 4 hour, again in a neutral state, because we're right at a very strong support resistance area. And so we're in that area right now, and the expected move would be again to the upside as we move out. So you can see that it's setting up to do just that. Okay, now look at the Euro US dollar quickly from the daily time frame. Again, moving very strongly, but we're in a very congested area right now, and on the 4 hour. Again, we're still in that congestion, but looking to push to the upside is what we'd be looking for here. Okay, and on the 1 hour time frame, a similar type of thing. So you can see at this point we have a possible move to the upside setting up. Taking a look at GBP US dollar. Okay, similar story, very strong to the upside right now, but again we're at a very crucial point on the chart, and we need to break through this resistance. And right now it's looking relatively strong to do that. So I can see on the 1 hour here that we do indeed we should get another push to the upside tonight. And that all depends on, of course, if the US dollar continues its trajectory down. New Zealand US dollar. Okay, on the daily time frame, still looking very strong to the upside, but again, as you can see, we're at a very crucial point on the chart, resistance area, and on the 4 hour, looking to fight through to the upside. On the 1 hour, looking to fight through to the upside. Okay, so looking at USD CAD, these will be all looking to go to the downside on these ones. Very kind of neutral right now, neutral to down. So we were looking for continued move to the downside overall on this pair. On the USD Swiss, same thing. We're in a downtrend. We're looking for tops primarily to go to the downside. USD Japanese yen also starting to curl to the downside. So we'll be looking for plays to the downside. Okay. For any of you who play Bitcoin, take a quick look at the Bitcoin. Find it here. There it is. Bitcoin on the daily time. I'll go to the monthly on this just to give you an idea of what I'm seeing. Big strong moves up, then big huge drop, then a big move back up. So it's battling right now to break through this very congested area on the monthly. On the weekly time frame, you can see that we are definitely in the battle, but it's moving right now to a move that should take us back up to at least this area in the long term. So that's the weekly. On the daily, we're just going in a channel to the side, but our expected move would be out and up in the near future. Okay, so that's a good strong look at Bitcoin. We want to find primarily bottoms to take us out of this congestion to the upside. Another instrument we can look at is gold. And on the daily, gold very strong right now. Can't see to the left, so I want to see what's over there. Nothing on the monthly. There we go. Okay, so on the monthly, we're very much up at a resistance. Getting very close into this area. So gold looking like maybe we're going to be getting very close to this area where we might see a turnaround possible. Okay, but very strong right now to the upside. Still very strong to the upside. 4 hour still is struggling a little bit on the 4 hour, but we would expect continued movement up. This is the 1 hour now to the upside in the short term. Okay, so that's gold. One other currency I'll just take a quick look at, and that's totally something different. Instead of Bitcoin, I'll go over to my live charts here on investing.com and looking at VET. The VET versus US dollar, similar to Bitcoin. This is one of those blockchain currencies, and this is on the daily time frame. I'm just going to go to the monthly. Okay, so very volatile, huge moves here to the upside. So not much you can tell from that chart, but on the weekly, well, what we can see is that we've had quite a push to the upside here, but we're hitting up against some resistance here. So likelihood of this just busting through, it's possible, but more than likely we're going to get a pullback in the short term at least. And right now we got a pullback, and now it's trying to climb back up there again. So we could see something like this for the next while this plays out before we get a continuation of this move, more than likely to the upside. So that's what I'm kind of seeing for VET. I can drop down one more time frame to the 4 hour just to get a little closer look at what's going on in here. And so again, this drop to this level, now it's trying very hard to push out and up, and it looks like it's going to make it back up into this area, but we could see a continued up and down seesaw battle for a while in here. This is what I'm kind of seeing overall on this VET move. Okay, so be aware that this is very strong resistance, and further moves to the upside might be curtailed by that. Okay, so it does look strong right now to the upside, but short term. Okay, so that's a look at the major pairs and what's setting up for this week's look at the major pairs. All right, so profitable trading to everyone. I'm done now. Thank you.